How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? I got fantastic news for you right now that I never expected to have. As you probably read in the paper this week, the recession looks like it's almost over. It's likely over. It's probably over. That's the general consensus of opinion from all the economists in this country now, that the recession is over. Now, let me ask you a question. How many times have you heard the recession is over since Barack Obama became president? Almost every week you hear that the recession is over. Now, how can it be over so many times if it was over in the first place? If somebody tells you the sickness is over and you're healthy now, why would they have to tell it to you again 6 months later and a year later? You know why? Because every time they told you you're healthy, they found out that you wasn't really healthy because you were really sick. But there was a sign that you were getting healthy. It's close enough. They didn't find out if it's definite. All they knew is they saw a sign. They saw a sign that when you got up this morning, you didn't look as sick as you were yesterday, so you're healthy again. Then they found out, they thought you were healthy, but you're still sick. Why? Because they didn't look into it to find out if you're really sick or not, because they're dying to prove that you're healthy. Now, this is what's happening with the economists in this country. They're dying to prove that Barack Obama is a success. And his main problem is the economy. And since the economists are all in his favor and the whole press is in his favor and everybody is trying to fight for him becoming a success, so they're struggling to prove that everything he's doing is brilliant. So whenever he does something that goes into the toilet, do you know what they claim? It looks like it's going down. You're getting the wrong impression. Just because everything is getting worse doesn't mean it's not getting better. You could tell it's getting better because it's getting worse a lot more slowly than we thought it was going to get worse. They never find anything really getting better. It's always getting worse. But under Bush, it was a calamity because it got worse right away. But look how slowly it's getting worse now. Like last month, there was only 400,000 unemployed. 400,000 unemployed. This month, it's 390,000 unemployed. You know what that proves? That the recession is over. Because there's 10,000 less unemployed than there was before. The fact that there's still 380 or 90,000 unemployed doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It matters that there's less unemployed than there was before. Like if you had a building where 80,000 people got killed in this building every month. But this time, instead of 80,000 people getting killed, there's 73,000 people killed. Now it's a safe building. Look how the building is a fantastic place. Would you want to move in there? This is what's happening with the economy. Every time they look for some sign of something getting better, they don't know what it is, but no matter what it is, it's better than nothing, and therefore they claim that this translates into a big success, no matter how bad it is. New housing starts. Fantastic sale in new housing. At the same time, foreclosures went up 10 times as much. So they don't mention the fact that foreclosures went up 10 times as much, but they found something about housing that went up. If one house in Pittsburgh went up, that would be close enough to claim, oops, the recession is over. How is a recession over every week for almost a year, and people keep insisting on believing that the recession is over each time they hear it? Each time it's over, they forget the fact that a week later it got worse. And then the same economists who said it was over now tell you, well, it's not as over as perfectly as we expected. It's a little worse now than we thought. You know how much worse it is? Much worse. You know why? Because a month later they tell you how it's getting better again. They're saving the economy every month, and they wouldn't have to save it if it wasn't getting worse all the time. How could you keep telling you that the economy is fantastic if the economy is in the toilet every other week? It's in between the time that you announce it's a sensation, it caves in. It caves in every time that you announce it's a sensation. How long does it take to find out that you don't know what you're talking about, and it can be such a sensation if it keeps getting worse every week? And why do you have to keep announcing that you saved it each time? How could you announce the recession is over every month if the recession was really over in the first place? You mean the recession is over every month? If the recession is over, it's over once. It's not over every month. In order for it to be over every month, that means in between it caved in. So if it caved in between, why doesn't that count as much as the fact that it's over? And when is it going to be over again if it was just under only a week ago? How many times is it going to go under before you find out that it's really over? Obviously, find out once and for all if it's over, yes or no. And if it's over the next time, keep your mouth shut about the fact that it went under. Because if you have to tell us it's under again, then it didn't go over. You got that? Make up your mind. Is it over or is it under? And if you can't make up your mind, stop making announcements because you're trying to save the president, because that's more important to you than if you know what you're talking about or not. You know why? Because you're all frauds and fakes, and you're trying to save Barack Obama no matter how fraudulent it is. Let's be honest about it. The man doesn't know what he's doing, and you don't know what you're talking about.